Ting. Right, we're at camp. I'm going to give you a little run through on what we do. What's the arms? I'm going to give you a little run through on what I carry on the bike. Some people ask about where I pack all my kit and everything. So, I'm going to start at the back. Got a mug, because we always drink out of mugs, don't we, mate?
Never ever drink an ale out of a can, although we did last week.
Watch that video. Very good one.
Yeah.
Then on the top here, held on with a volley strap, which are very handy. People ask where I carry my big frying pan.
In your old pair of jeans.
Shut up, fool. On the top there, so you can have a proper cook up. And then, whenever we come out, all my food is kept in there. And the cutlery in the front.
I can verify, being probably the most unfit one out of us two, I follow that meat bag and it swings in front of me for a fair amount of time with the ride.
Anyway.
By the way, this screen's gone blank, is that cool?
Yeah, hopefully. Every camp we do, summer, winter, rab coats, don't we, mate?
Yep, hands down.
Really warm, and they pack down really small, so we're going to put that there.
Always handy. You can never be too hot, can you? Ooh. Really. Hey!
Got a dead leg there. Cut that bit. Right. Sleep bag in the back. All the bulky bits in there, because that's the biggest bag. That's how I do it.
And they're toe peak bags, aren't
they? These are toe peak bags.
Yeah. They're brilliant.
I think it's going to be warm tonight, but I've got a base layer in there. And I can't see me needing it, but I've got a woolly hat, because most of the heat escapes out your head. And I think that's it for the back. Moving on to the front. Got...
I recognise that.
Ground sheet rolled up, just keeps me off the floor because I'm in a Bivi bag tonight. And because we've evolved, I don't like sitting on the floor. Got a stool. Then in the front bag, a bit of weight in here, because if you weight the back end too much, it doesn't feel very nice when you're riding. How far we ride, right across the country, aren't we, mate?
Ah, yeah.
I've got a Snugpack Bivi bag.
Yep.
Then we've got a Trekology inflatable pillow, which clips round the airbag, mattress rather.
It's pretty much the best thing, really, isn't it? Because otherwise you don't lose your piddle.
You lose your pillow in the night.
I said piddle.
You could lose your piddle.
It's going to happen one day.
Klymit insulated static V. I'm still on a winter one.
Why not?
Which is a little bit bulkier, but it's really comfortable. So that's the front of the bag done. Then we're getting into bug territory. So
it's a bug planet.
We have a spray and then we move because it's a bit much.
Or you run 100 metres like I do.
Yeah. Thought while I'm at it, I might as well do it all.
While the bugs are eating me, yeah. I'm like, come on, no.
Moving on. Romanticism. Then in here, we've got all the sauces and the oil for the cooking, because we cook proper food on this channel. Egg in a egg carrier.
Spoiler.
Smashed.
Might be for breakfast.
And
yep.
Lighting. Moving into these are good to carry bottles in, but generally I run the bottles on my bike, and I can use these for storing other things. Nail.
We'll still do a nail watch, though, won't we?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So don't read the labels, folks.
And then another ale in there.
Don't lose that volley strap.
There's another with a volley strap.
Yeah, two more down there. Don't lose those.
Yeah. We'll do that now.
One little thing I kind of say is almost like a mantra when I'm unpacking is all bags in one bag. So it's always handy to pick a bag and just like everything, like all the small bags, so you know where everything is.
Then onto the top here, things in here that you want accessible. So your
Chinese food.
Yep. Chinese food.
We really did do that.
Yep. Sorted?
All sorted. Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers, boss. Well, you don't need that on the way, but that's in there today. If we do a longer ride, that's full of snacks, and then I'll probably keep snacks in these bags as well, so you can have them on the move. And if you want to carry waterproof and it does rain, that's a good place to put it in there.
And oral hygiene is a must, ladies and gentlemen.
Got to keep your orals clean. Yeah. So moving into here, breakfast, and I bought a giant ice pack.
There's
just
no
to keep
harm.
it all cold.
No harm, is it?
So that's in there.
Because when the temperature drops, that'd be sort of fridge temperature anyway.
Yeah.
Shitting.
It's quite a lot there.
Jamie's expecting a visitor.
Now, this is fuel. We'll move on to that in a minute. Got a light here, just a little backup. What else we got in here? Right, stove.
Quite handy.
It's good carrying it in there.
Because it don't rattle around. Because I remember we did that trip where everything was on the back and
it was, and then it rattled about.
Yeah.
So everything is contained in here. So I've got my striker, and what else have we got in there? Oh, a little fire frame as well, and then a Trangia stove because we cook over. We use methanol for burning. It's nice and clean and efficient. And then a little wind guard to go around it.
Sweet.
And then because we cook quite a lot on these camps, breakfast and our tea, don't we, mate? Bought some extra fuel.
It's always handy because I always end tipping it over or burning through it.
Yeah.
And it depends what you cook as well, because some things just take a long time to cook.
If you've got
and
any
it
rubbish, just throw it. And I'll pick that up later. And in here I've got because we might start getting a few bugs about now we're coming into summer. There's because I'm sleeping in a bivy bag tonight, I've got a head net.
Wow, yeah.
And I did notice a post office down the road. we get short on cash.
Bend your nose. Yeah. Like it?
And I think we've got some water on here.
That's it.
And I think for our overnighters, that's pretty much how we do it.
But when you think of all that stuff you've just laid out there and it's all on your bike, that's pretty good.
And we're not doing mega miles, so this is pretty much how we do it. If we're going further, we'd probably top up with water and top up with food on the route. But as for the kit and what we're sleeping in, this is essentially what we're using. And one little bit I didn't show, and I'll do it now, because I film all our camps in here, I keep a battery pack and then all my cables so I can charge my phone up and charge the GoPro up. Because on a longer trip, we eat into it, battery a bit.
It went glowy then. As the sun went down then, it's like all of a sudden we're on like a weird glow. Is it because I need food?
Don't know. Probably food, I should imagine. Right, we've had a look at my kit.
Yeah, so for me, because
Jay comes out on a mountain bike, whereas I come out on a gravel bike. So, he'll show you the differences how he does his.
Yeah, so rather than carrying bags, I've basically got to that, which I'll come to in a minute. But everything is in here. This is 31 litres, which is not a huge amount. But in here, I've got my cooking, and I've got my food pretty much in there. There'll be my pudding and things like that. In here will be my fuel, my striker, my fuel setup, my coffee and stuff like that. So that's all contained quite nicely.
Which is good in those little pockets.
Yeah,
keeps it all
really, really nice, yeah. Handy little sleeve for beer. In here, these little wings are pretty good. In there, I've got actually some bike tools. So if we get a mishap, I've got like chain breaker, Allen keys, and we've got a pump between us, so that's good. And in this side, I've got all my, my toothbrush and bug spray and whatnot, which are nothing exciting. In this bit here, you always need 2 of these, and extra food.
You do. I've only bought one.
I've got my Trichology pillow in there, but that's pretty good. And I've also got
some of our kits the same that we use because it just works. It's like
We've
both got rab coats. We've both got that same
exactly.
pillow.
So I'm not going to bother showing you that. I always bring this. You've probably seen that. Obviously, I look like Buzz Lightyear when I'm riding along. This acts as a stall for me, but it's also really, really handy between us because we've got blow-up mats. If one of us get a puncture, then you haven't got a mat. But this thing, although it's not the best, most comfortable thing, it is a mat, and it does supply a tiny bit of warmth. So that's always handy to have. And like I say, I use it as a stool to sit on. It doesn't weigh anything.
And it doesn't weigh anything. It's just handy as a backup. And also in the winter, when Jay uses that under his mat, there's extra insulation from the ground, isn't it?
So on here, I've got 2 volley straps holding this on. I'm going to be using my Snugpack. It's like a bivvy with a hoop bivvy. You've seen it probably before if you sub. But what I've done this time to be clever, when I whip that out, I've actually wrapped my mat inside. So that's my blow-up mat is in there. So it's just basically just a case of throwing it out and then
unrolling it and
in here I've got. This doesn't look like it'll fit, but this is actually, boom, like a big pot. That's for boiling water. And then I've got my sleeping bag in here and another layer in there. And that is literally everything I've got.
no ale?
Yeah, there's some in there. I've got one on here.
Oh.
Didn't go heavy on the ale, but a few, yeah.
It has been known for a banana to be strapped under there. You checked the last video.
Yeah.
What we'll do, we'll get all set up. Jay will put his bivvy up and I'll get my bivvy bag out and we'll just show you our little setup.
Yeah, I'm going to go there.
When we're all done.
That's a plot spoiler, but that's what I've thrown.
Yeah, he's going to go there. I'm going to go, I think it's 30 paces for try and get away from the snoring.
Oh,
so
yeah. I'm going to snore tonight.